Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Optimize Wealth podcast. My name is Lance Norquest, investment advisor with Bellwether Wealth, and today we're focusing on business owners in a slowing growth economy, and specifically how liquidity, risk, and personal wealth alignment become more important during times like these. When the economy begins to slow, business owners usually feel it first. You see it in your sales pipeline. You see it in receivables. Customers take a little bit longer to pay, orders slow down, margins tighten, and before economists start talking about it, owners are already living it. And when that happens, something important gets exposed. For many business owners, their business and their personal finances are deeply connected. The business isn't just their career, it's their paycheck, it's their retirement plan, and often it represents most of their net worth. So when business cash flow slows down, personal financial risk often increases at the same time. Think about what typically happens during a slowdown. Owners may reduce their salary, they pause distributions, they reinvest profits back into the company, and sometimes they even dip into personal savings to stabilize the business. What starts as a business challenge can quickly become a personal financial challenge. This leads to one of the biggest risks many owners carry: concentration risk. Many owners have 80 to 90% of their net worth tied up into one asset, their company. Early on, that does make sense. Building a business requires focus and reinvestment, but over time, that concentration can quietly become the largest financial risk an owner carries. Because no matter how well you run a business, you can't control everything. Industries change, markets shift, technology disrupts, competitors emerge, even great businesses go through cycles. And if most of your wealth lives in one place, those cycles can impact your personal financial stability. That's why liquidity planning matters and why it should start earlier than most owners even expect. Most owners only begin thinking about liquidity 2 to 3 years before they want to exit. But the strongest planning often begins 10 or even 15 years earlier, because liquidity doesn't always mean selling the entire company. Sometimes it means creating partial liquidity over time through strategic partners, minority recapitalizations, dividend strategies, or other ways to gradually move wealth outside of the business. The goal isn't walking away from the company. The goal is reducing financial pressure so the business doesn't have to carry your entire financial future. This is also where succession planning becomes important. Many people think of succession planning as retirement planning, but really it's risk management. What happens if something unexpected occurs? Health issues, economic shocks, leadership transitions. If something happens to the owner, the business still needs stability, and the family needs clarity. Without a plan, families can inherit a very complicated situation, but when succession planning is done well, it protects both the company and the people who depend on it. At the end of the day, a successful business should support the owner's life, not trap them in risk. Over time, many owners benefit from building a more balanced wealth structure, some wealth in the business, some diversified investments outside of the business, and some personal liquidity available when it's needed. Because business success and personal financial security are not always the same thing. And in a slowing economy, that difference becomes very clear. So here's a question worth thinking about. If your business slowed down for 2 years, would your personal financial plan still work? That question alone can reveal a lot. If you have questions or would like to discuss how business owners can better align their business success with their long-term personal wealth strategy, please reach out by calling our office at 402-476-8844 or by visiting our website at bellwetherwealth.com. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Lance Norquest with Bellwether Wealth, and we'll see you next time on the Optimize Wealth podcast.